Today, I'm interviewing another one of my male friends, Carl. I spoke about Carl in an earlier video. He was the one that had the traumatic experience on his driveway. I'll link that right over here. Okay, so Carl, hi.
Yeah, hi.
So give us a little background.
I'm on the downside of 78.
I thought you were 70.
No. I'll be 79.
78!
I'll be 79 this summer. So, and then, yeah, I've been married, but it was so long ago, I don't remember anything about it. I've been divorced for 45 years. And I came down here because my son lived down here. So I was chasing him. And then, of course, I get down here, I spend a year and a half building a house. I get the house done and settle it in, and he moves. But at least they move to, yeah, if you chase your kids, you're going to be chasing them the rest of your life. So they left. I could have left, but I'm not. I'm staying here. I like this little place. I live in a mountain subdivision. It's easy for me up there. I enjoy it, so I'm staying.
45 years you've lived alone?
Yeah, except for, a couple things, other things that didn't work out, but they weren't marriages. I wasn't alone,
so
but
you've
they
had
weren't marriages.
a few relationships since then.
That didn't work out.
Right.
Either.
Okay.
Primarily because of my activity. I mean, I wasn't ready for it. I'm not a good partner, so.
Why do you
I'm
say
a good
that?
friend, but I'm not a good partner.
No?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why. But
that's a good thing to know about yourself, though.
yeah, so it sort of prevents you from trying to go down that line, that road very long, because it's never worked out before. There's no real reason why it would work out now. So I just do what I do. Honestly, that's at this stage of the game. That's more than enough. Mm-hmm. It is, because. You're not raising families. It's companionship, and you can get companionship or you can have companions without being married. So, if that's what you want.
So, what do you do? You're very active in your community. I know that you're always volunteering and helping somebody. You're down at the senior center playing pool and arranging outings.
I try to help Pine River Shares, which is a local, they have the local food bank, and they do a lot of community development stuff. But I try to do the physical manual labor things that they need done. I don't like to get in too much on the guidance of the organization. I'd rather do something that's short term, that they need done, that they have a hard time getting done, and then move on to something else.
So not being in the meetings and...
Well, I am in one of their things, but I haven't been there for quite a while. So it's not the organization stuff that attracts me. I mean, I like helping folks, and I've helped a number of people over at the senior center just on short-term little projects that they can't get anybody to do it for them. Mm-hmm. So I like that, because that's what I do around my own house. Unfortunately, I have a lot easier time helping somebody else than I have helping myself,
Right.
So I got this great big list at home.
Right. You need to find somebody like you to come over and help you.
Yeah, help me, yeah.
So
I guess that's one benefit of having a companion, is that it embarrasses it. It shames you into doing the shit you're supposed to do to begin with.
Right.
So I
agree with that too.
I don't have anybody that shames me into it, so I just sit around and look at it.
I do that too. So that's one way you stay involved in your community. What other ways? And do you have to force yourself to go out? What are the benefits you find, or?
Well, I don't have to force myself to go out. I mean, I go to the senior center and play pool. There's about 4 or 5 guys that come down there and play pool 3 days a week, and it's always fun because it's not we're just down there for the game and the companionship as much as anything, because we're all about the same ability level, which is not very high, but we're all about the same, and so we trade back and forth winning games, and
Okay.
and then it's just guys that are approximately, John's 89, and one of the guys that comes down there is 65 or 64. So it's that range of guys, and everybody brings their own experiences to it, and we don't talk about stuff like that. We primarily just rag on one another,
Good.
and make everybody laugh. And if because we don't criticize anybody's game. The game is, I really like to play pool, so I don't know whether we're all there for the game or more than the companionship or more than the crack, like the Irish say.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's probably a mixture of both, but it's fun.
Okay. So you've only talked about males so far. Do you have female friends?
Yeah, mostly people that I've met down there, and then like Maureen, I've helped. I met her down there. I helped her do a couple of things, and we've become pretty close friends. So we have lunch once a week or so, and let's see. And then people I say hi to down there.
Right.
If you go down to the senior center, one of the benefits of a place like that is that everybody is in the same age group. They're down there for companionship. Our senior center has about 50 people for lunch. 35 of the people that come for lunch, that's all they come for is lunch. They don't hang around. But then there's that dominoes group that you're in, there's the pool players, there's a lot of other little groups that happen down there, and you look at it, they're about the same people. So those are the people I know. Patty Pryor is a very nice person, and we have a little walking group on Mondays where we go out and walk and take a 1 mile walk and then go in and have a cup of coffee and go home. Yeah.
So it's not like you're friends with everybody, and it's not like you have active conversations and you're bubbly and Mr. Socialite down there. You just know a lot of people, and you're able to converse with whoever you feel like conversing with that day.
And just being nice to them, and they're being nice back. And if you're gonna be successful at mingling with people, you need to be open to them, and so you need to listen to them. So I try to listen to people and to hear what they're actually saying, and rather than just, I know the answer to that, So it's just fun. It's fun that way. Everybody comes there with a similar but different set of experiences that brings them to the same place you're at. So recognize that.
How do you manage loneliness?
I honestly don't think I get lonely. I get bored a lot, and I like to talk to people. I'm sort of like George Carlin. I like people as individuals, but you get two or more together and you got a problem. I get bored. Unfortunately, what I do is I fall in the YouTube rabbit hole, and I'll be there for hours. I just go back to I want to go back to search engine, put that in, follow that for a while, go back again. So I used to read a lot, but now I watch that damn television all the time. That's bad. But no, I like to go for drives. I do maintain contact with some of my very oldest friends, people I've known for over 60 years, and that's kind of fun. There's a couple of those.
Yeah.
But primarily, I just hang around the house. I like to do projects, so I do that.
Do you have anxiety? Do you worry about anything? Do you have any concerns?
No.
No.
No, not now. I mean, this is actually the best time of my life because, you know, I have limited financial security. I have decent health, and I just, you know, however things happen, they happen. Another thing, like Carlin, I'm trying to minimize my emotional attachment to everything, except for my son. I'll always be emotionally attached to him because he's the most important person in my life. But other than that, all this other crap that's going on at whatever level you're at, I just try to ignore it. Because it's upsetting, and it ruins my whole day, and it ruins my attitude, and you know, at 79, you're looking, I mean, you're not at the end yet, but you can see it out there. Yes. So why make your life a mess because you're so upset about everything? Because it's going to continue no matter what. To me, we're going to ride this horse over the cliff, so there's nothing I can do about it. So if I get upset about it, all it impacts is me. It doesn't impact anybody else, so I'd rather not think about it.
That's great advice.
But you know, it's hard to do. It's hard to do because of that.
It's hard to do.
Because of that, I no longer look at the news. I don't even look at the news headlines. I don't look at anything online. I'm kind of like an ostrich. I just stick my head in the sand and hope things will go around me.
And watch YouTube.
Yeah.
You're learning stuff on YouTube all the time.
Well, you can. You can, because that's the thing about it. You know, recently I'm trying to learn how to bake bread. And I've been an abject failure so far. And so I'm trying, you know, there's a lot of recipes. There's a lot of bakers out there. So I'm trying to learn that, but that'll be fun.
Oh, good. I have a good recipe for you.
Do you? Okay.
An easy one.
You know, my biggest problem in baking bread is because I have a convection microwave oven. So I don't have a real oven. And I can't regulate the temperature. So I bought a bread oven. It's in the mail.
Wow.
Well, so I was telling Maria, that's my last step down this road. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to give it all away. Give it up. Yeah, I'll just give it all away.
No bread making for you.
No.
Okay. What do you think about dating at this age? Now, I know you've said that you are not like me, you're more better friend than partner. So dating would not naturally be your first step. Do you know other people that are dating? Do you talk about dating with other guys?
I really don't talk about it, but one of the guys I played pool with, he's still in the dating pool, and I mean, he's older than I am, but he enjoys people and enjoys going out on dates and having lunches and going to movies and stuff, and more power to him. That's just, you know, that's not me. I think if that's what people want to do, I don't see any reason that they would not do that. But that's just certainly not me.
Right.
I don't know too many people that still do.
No.
I really don't. I think they get their companionship things in other ways. You know. I mean, if you want to do a video, you gotta come down and video our lunch sometime at our table.
I will.
It's pretty wild.
We have a great table.
Yeah. Everybody's
we have
always
a lot
laughing,
of fun. Yes.
laughing, talking about all kinds of stuff. It's really free form, you know, it's really open. It's fun.
Yeah, it's like a date with 6 people.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
With no expectations.
No expectations, yes.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about, to me, that's one of the things about dating at any age is the expectations. And when, at this stage of my life, the only expectations I care about are mine.
Right.
So that's kind of selfish, but that's still,
But you know where you're at,
Yeah,
and you don't
and
have to.
That's
That's a good thing to know.
That's probably half the reason the relationships haven't worked out in the past.
Right. All right, and one final question to anybody watching. What kind of encouragement would you give them if they're feeling lonely, if they moved to the place where their children are and their children aren't there anymore, or they're too busy to see them, or they might be estranged at this point and they're sitting in their house and not really knowing where to start? What would you give them? Some George Carlin and Carl advice.
Well, I think I can relate a little bit to what I did and what I think. I mean, I think a person in that situation should think about what they enjoy doing. Like if they like reading, they can go to the library. And if you hang out at the library, they've got little groups and you can meet people down there. If you have a dog, go to the dog park. If you have a dog, just walk around the neighborhood. People will come up to you and say, "Oh, what kind of dog is that?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you have a pet, and especially if you have a dog, you go to the dog park, you'll meet all kinds of people.
Mm-hmm.
Even if, or just walk the neighborhood. Get out of the house, because that walking is a good exercise. People, like John says, John's 89, he walks his neighborhood, people come out and talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people are nice that way. When I first started going down to senior center, I started playing pool, and that was it. I'd play pool for an hour and a half and go home. And eventually I went down, had lunch, and eventually I met more people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, you know, if you're feeling, I think you have to put yourself out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody's going to come and knock on your door, you
Mm-hmm.
know. If you want to meet people, it's probably easiest to meet them doing something that you enjoy. But if you're totally lost, I don't know. If there's a senior center in your place, I mean, the only trouble with senior centers, you're hanging out with old people, but young people don't want to hang out with you anyway, so
Right.
why do that, you know?
Right.
I mean,
You're welcomed. You
Yeah.
have like-minded people already.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
You have a good place
it's
to
fun.
start.
I mean, a lot of people have a lot of interesting lives that they bring down to a place like that.
They really do.
But-
and then some of them you learn that you don't want to be around them too.
Yeah,
And
well,
the first
that's what
couple
you learn about everybody.
the first couple of times it may not work out for you.
Yeah, no, yeah. Don't expect. No matter what you do, trying to get involved or trying to involve yourself in others, I mean, it's fits and starts. You don't go out there and, you know, sometimes you find somebody that, wow, you hit it off with them and you can sit down and talk, go have a cup of coffee, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you make a lot of false starts.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I was lucky because I was here and my granddaughter was playing sports and I went out and did that and met a few people that way. But I was thinking about the other day, when they quit sports, she got out of high school, she went away to school.
That's gone.
Completely lost touch with those people.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were my son's age. They weren't my
Mm-hmm.
age. So the wheel turns, you know. I mean, if you don't turn with it, you're stuck on the side of the road. Pretty soon, it's turned so far that it's a whole new world to you.
Right.
So you got to keep up.
That's a great place to stop. Keep up.
Yeah.
Keep up with the world.
Yeah, you do. I mean, with your world.
Right. With
Not
your
the world.
No, not
Your
the world. Mm-hmm.
You know, and your world has a lot of people in it, and if you lose contact with them at all, if you lose contact with somebody, it's easier to not make contact again. And then, you know, I mean, you don't have to be on the phone to everybody all day, every day,
Mm-hmm.
but check in with your friends, check in with all that stuff, and, you know, I don't know how it works. I mean, it's worked for me. I'm happy.
Well, that's all we're here to tell
Yeah.
you. So that's just another man's perspective on
Yeah, aging.
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 Yeah, and
Aging well.
and enjoying it.
Yeah.
You know, and not dreading it. You know, because as long as a person has their health, they can do a lot.
Okay, so thanks, Carl.
Oh, you're welcome.
For your
My
wise
pleasure.
wisdom.
Oh yeah.
And he has recommended some old George Carlin to me, which I've been watching, and I recommend it to you too. It is great. Great comedy and great entertainment.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time.